Hi everybody, my name is Arslet, and today we're gonna be doing a reaction video. Yes, this is film theory. I know, right? Anyways, we're gonna be doing some. Have I listened and watched Matt Pat stuff on channel before? Yes. Did I ever make them into actual YouTube videos? No. Am I doing it with this one? Yes. And I'm gonna subscribe here. So let's just put it on all. I know what the fuck this is. Y'all know what the hell this is. This is murder drones related. So yeah. Honestly, I just wanted to see what the fuck Matt
Gather
Pat
up your
thought is.
railguns and crank up your angsty teenage energy, because today we're
Mhm.
covering
Mhm.
something brand new.
Sweet, I'm open to new things, I guess.
I'm talking about
Yeah.
Murder Drones, one of the most popular animated series across all of YouTube. A series that has found a completely different, original way of communicating its story to us.
Mhm.
Instead of
Mhm.
using found footage or hidden shorts videos to tell its story like most indie projects, Murder Drones is
Nope.
releasing, get this, 20-minute episodes, one at a time, in sequential order.
I
What?
know,
No
right?
QR codes? No unlisted videos? Madness! Who knew that structuring your animated series like an actual animated series would feel so refreshing these days? Hello,
Film
Internet!
theory. You know what? The worst part about film theory and all the theory channels is anytime they add in glitchy effects, I'm scared that I'm missing something because of the fact that I know that they will add bullshit. I remember that fucking ARG. I didn't even realize that there was an ARG going on until it was already done because that's how fucking dense I am. God damn it.
Welcome to Film Theory,
I hate this because you know what? Fuck it, we're going frame by frame just for a second. Just
the show that locked itself behind 3 layers of doors
mhm.
to hide from the watchful eye of the algorithm drones. And ladies and gentlemen, today we're gonna absolute solve the
Oh
world that
god.
is Murder Drones. Produced by Glitch Entertainment here on
Also, let's just be honest here. The second that Matt Pat decides to grab onto your series, you're effectively just gotta realize you don't have secrets anymore. You're being investigated by the FBI, the CIA, and all of the motherfuckers, effectively. Because the fucking theorist community just goes, we're gonna get in there. Yeah, yeah, get in there. Yeah, yeah. Oh, yeah, by the way, if you don't realize that I'm gonna talk as much as fucking possible, you should go to the original video. It's gonna be linked down here in the description, but I'm gonna say what the fuck I want. Thank you.
YouTube, Murder Drones tells the story of some teenage robots who have to save the universe from a rogue AI program. And for as much as I was just praising the series earlier for its straightforward content delivery strategy, it doesn't mean that the story is a purely linear
Mm-hmm.
experience. This show is filled with twists, flashbacks, and fourth wall breaks that keep you on the edge of your seat,
Yes.
guessing about
Give me the next episode already. Who is this? Oh, if you can't tell, I haven't been like watching stuff. Wow, we got a Matt Pat fan. I understand being a Matt Pat fan. I like him too. He's probably within. Actually, hold up. Let me think. Matt Pat, Captain Sparkles. Who else is there that I would actually like if I saw them in a convention? Want to go? Hey, autography time. I guess. Okay, so I'm talking about like from other people besides like the music people, because obviously GPS, Rustage, like those would be fucking obvious options. But you know what? Yeah.
what's going to happen next. And that's not an exaggeration either. If you look away for 2 seconds, you stand to miss a hidden detail or clue buried in something as simple as flashing source code or a
Mhm.
class presentation, which is where I come in today. Since this is a
Mhm.
new series that I'd like to talk about moving forward,
We are never talking about this.
talking about what? Like I said, since this
Mhm.
is a new show that I'd like to talk about again sometime in the future, I want to start by giving you all a
Yes.
simple, straightforward overview of the plot and key details that'll help you fill in the gaps that you might have
Oh
missed during
boy.
your first or even your 40th watch through. I'm also going
Hmm.
to be doing it not in
Let's see.
episode order, but rather timeline order. The order that all the major events actually happened in the universe, since that's the way that makes the most sense, as opposed to the twisty way it's ultimately presented in the show. And hey, if I make a
Hey.
mistake along the way, just remember,
I messed up in the same way I'm about to fix it.
then dramatic events at the end will actually solve the
Of
rest of
course.
the first season. That's right, we are 6 episodes in right now. 6 episodes spread across
Mhm.
2 years, so why wait any longer? I suspect that I know the big twist reveals that are going to be planned for the
Mhm.
final 2 episodes of the season, and potentially
I
even
doubt
deeper
that.
into the series. And if you don't want to be spoiled,
I'm gonna tell you this right here, right now, Matt Pat. From what I can tell, these motherfuckers are is one of the editors. Well, after like that's obvious that they're one of the editors, right? Because like they popped up during the little motion. But what I'm trying to ask the question of is who are they? Because telling me you're an editor doesn't mean anything. For all I know, it could just be Jason. But like, come on now, like that could be anyone. I don't know your name. Now, if you're saying POR is their name, why would you name yourself Poor? Or is it Par? Por? Parch? Porsche? It doesn't matter.
Well, I suppose you could all.
Oh yeah, but no. Glitch seems to be a Glitch seems like a trolly group of people and animators, honestly. If it was up to them, I imagine that they would probably troll the fuck out of you by just going, "Oh, he told us the story. He's just going to correct it."
Always just forget everything that I say. Consider it, repressed. So let's
Mm-hmm.
rewind, or rather fast forward to the 3000s, as I introduce you to a potentially new series and solve where the Murder Drones universe is headed next. Get
Mm-hmm.
hyped, guys!
And yet, I still feel nothing.
Today's
Mm-hmm.
story of Murder Drones takes place in the far future, the year 3071 to be exact, based on these balloons that we see in the
Yes.
background of episode 3's prom scene. However, the real start to our story happened quite a number of years earlier. This was a time when humans were expanding beyond the confines of Earth to set up colonies on planets outside of our solar system, mining them for all their resources. One of the biggest players in this world was
JC
Just
Jensen
in
in
space.
space.
to help with both mining and domestic life, the company created a series of autonomous AI robots called worker drones, each with their own
Yeah.
personality, thoughts, and feelings. Basically, these robots were indistinguishable from a normal living creature. Sadly, though, not everyone agreed, killing them for even perceived minor offenses.
Western Villa style? Were you programmed by beasts?
Pause it right there.
Ah.
Some obvious issues around techno ethics here. That
Yeah.
behavior right there is a big no-no in the world of murder drones. You see, all worker
Mm-hmm.
drones came packaged with an established, proper set of step-by-step instructions for decommissioning old robots, and they're delivered to us on old VHS tapes.
Mm-hmm.
Truly a film theorist classic. Why
Yep.
would you bother following those instructions? Well,
Zombie drones. Yep, I remember this fucking shit.
in short, if improperly disposed of, the dead robots might wake up, literally turning into zombie drones. And not only do they wake up, they're changed in that process. According to the
Mm-hmm.
VHS, these drones experience, quote, potentially hazardous mutations to their coding, which we later learn to be known as the Absolute Solver Program. And that,
Oh,
my friends,
God.
is why you always gotta take time to read the terms of service.
Robot racism. Yep. Oh shit. Move your fucking hands. I don't give a damn. Bye, bitches.
We're told that there's
That's it.
only a 0.01% chance that the robots will come back to life, and of that 0.01%, only 0.7% have this dangerous mutation, thereby yielding a 0.007% chance that the improperly disposed of drone will have this absolute solver mutation. But of course, this incredibly rare, will probably never happen thing, in fact, does happen. And it
Yep.
happens in the form of a worker drone named Sin,
Sin.
waking up alone, confused, and scared in a pile of robot corpses. She's eventually found by a human girl named Tessa Elliott, who's taken a liking to some of the broken worker drones and has been repurposing them to be her friends. Among the drones Tessa's taken in are the lovable goof N, the butt-kicking V, and the incredibly loyal J.
The whole letter is a lot to remember.
But clearly
God,
Sin
no.
is different. The Absolute Solver program that activated inside of her changed her. She speaks in a more robotic Microsoft Sam-esque voice, literally stating her emotions as they happen. And it generally seems that she's on the fritz, acting like a puppet on strings.
Sheepish nod. Giggle. I am
So naughty.
However, Tessa has a very
What
different
the
view of the
fuck?
drones than her parents. Parents who, it would seem, work as higher-ups at the J.C. Jensen Corporation. Well, that's never directly stated in the show. We can infer it from what's said during this moment when Tessa gets locked up by her folks.
Sorry, boss. Corporate spoken.
Additionally, the family possesses an entire staff of worker drones at their mansion on Earth. treating
I
them
imagine
more
that
like
would be
slaves.
very.
Yes,
Yeah,
Tessa
that'd be
James
fucking
Elliott.
expensive as hell to have a bunch of
We
drones.
will not entertain your
Really,
dumpster
Afro?
plans.
Yes, mother.
Sin,
Really?
infected by the hazardous mutation that is the Absolute Solver program, sees this and does not like it, eventually deciding that it would be much better if these humans just weren't around anymore. And so when the
Oh,
Elliots throw a big dinner party at their mansion, Sin executes her plan, transforming into some eldritch abomination and killing everyone at the party except for Tessa, the only human who decided to treat
Can we all just like give appreciation that they realize the greatest fucking secret about horror movies? Don't ever show the true entirety of the monster because it's less scary when you know what you're dealing with. You may see the tentacles, you may see the different bones and parts, but you never see what the true thing is entirely. There's never a clear shot of what the fuck you're looking at.
Treat this robot
And
with
if there
respect.
is,
And
it's
Sin
usually
didn't
as
just
it's
stop at the
losing.
party, she killed everyone on the planet by collapsing the core of Earth.
We know it mutates and damaged AI. It took Sin as a host, then it took everything.
And if you thought killing off a planet's worth of creatures would be enough, think again. Remember, at this point in history, humans have expanded far beyond just one planet, meaning Sin needed to find ways of infiltrating these exoplanets if she truly wanted to wipe humanity from existence. Thankfully for her, humans, ever the curious bunch, did most of the heavy lifting for her. After seeing what happened to Earth, the humans brought Sin's programming into their various systems to study it, and that
God
was
damn
a
it.
big mistake. The Absolute Solver program does the exact same thing again on Copper 9, one of these human-colonized exoplanets, and our main setting for the series. And again, all human life gets extinguished. The newly liberated worker drones now have no more commands that they need to follow. They are free to live their lives as they wish. And yet, this worker bot peace doesn't last for very long. At some point in history, a new breed of drones, the disassembly drones, or murder drones, arrive on the scene with a directive to eliminate all the workers.
I mean,
This
yeah,
forces
humans can be
everyday
dumb,
bots to live behind a series
but I
of
don't think
three
we're all
protective
dumb.
walls, Attack on Titan style. And though the worker and murder drones are told that this comes straight from the J.C. Jensen Corporation, we learn in episode 6 that that actually isn't the case. Instead, the murder drone massacres that are happening across various planets are being orchestrated by Sin for unknown reasons.
Sin
Wait.
disappeared on Earth.
Boss ran
We
away.
mutually disengaged. Her last known act was sicking you lot on the human exoplanets.
Why? That's what we're trying to figure out.
She wants to rid all life.
That's weird, right? Sin initially retaliated against humans because of their callous mistreatment of the worker drones, but now she's sending murder bots out to massacre the very bots that she initially worked to free? Why? Well,
Yeah,
I
why would you
suspect
free
it's for
them?
recruitment. I suspect it's a numbers game. If the odds of the Absolute Solver mutation activating in a dead drone is 7 in 100,000, you're gonna need to pile up a whole lot of dead drones in order to get a couple of Absolute Solvers out of the group. Sin wants to
Yeah.
kill more and more worker drones, not because she's cruel, but because she wants to build her army. What's more, the Absolute Solver mutation seems to get handed down between generations of robot families, which, yes, is a real thing
Yep,
in this universe. So
that's the
Sin may
thing.
just be looking to speed up natural selection of this super trait by weeding out all the worker drones who don't possess it. This would basically be the concept of robotic eugenics. Get ready to
What?
cut this next section out for your Matt Pat out of context compilations, my friends. You can't talk about murder drones without talking
Oh, fucking hell. No. No, Matt Pat, please. Please turn around. Don't go into this. I know the video's already started and I've watched it to this point, but please, man, turn around. Turn around. We don't want to watch some World War II shit because I know where the fuck eugenics comes from. Yeah, this is gonna get taken out of context, man. I hope he never has to go to court because this will be some of the bullshit they pull.
about World War II. During World War II, the Nazis firmly believed in
Yep.
eugenics, eliminating quote-unquote undesirable genetic elements from the German population so that the ideal Aryan human could dominate. In order to create a race of genetically pure, physically fit human beings, they used tactics like forced sterilization and selective breeding to ensure the quote-unquote positive genes were the more prevalent and circulated throughout the gene pool. By eliminating all the normal worker drones, it enables the Absolute Solver code to dominate and procreate, for lack of a better term. Beyond that, though, Sin's motives remain unclear. Is it to build up enough of an army to fight against the last strongholds of humanity? Is it because she's lonely and she wants more like her? Is it because Absolute Solver has actually been in control of her this
the
entire
whole
time?
time.
Currently, it's unclear, and we're just gonna need more time to see what happens. Anyway, it's
Yeah.
finally time that we cut to the actual events of the show. Yeah, it is here, finally, where we cut back to the story of our characters as depicted in episode 1.
Murder drones are just
Lucy, our main
vampires.
protagonist, is one of the drones unknowingly affected with the Absolute Solver, having inherited it from her mother, Nori. Sadly, Nori was killed by the murder drones soon after Uzi's birth. And now a teenager, Uzi is full of rebellious teen spirit, annoyed that the workers have hidden away from the murder drones rather than fighting them head-on. So armed with a homemade railgun, she ventures out of the safety of the doors and meets N, V, and J, Tessa's drone army that she rescued so many years ago. And now, the murder drone squad tasked with slaughtering the workers of Copper 9. Except, there's one problem with this. By the end of the episode, Uzi's Absolute Solver has activated.
Just can't wait to murder all humans. Classic robot stuff. I hope they're sitting pretty there on Earth, because we're coming for them.
I imagine that
As we're getting
it's
this
the
cliffhanger
second that
ending,
she
blink
decides to
and you'll
start
miss an
killing.
important line of code flashing on Uzi's eye visor. It says absolute solver string equals false before quickly switching over to true. Yep, our main protagonist now has herself a penchant for human genocide, which again feels weird since Uzi didn't die here. How could the absolute solver program have
I was
activated
gonna say,
inside of her
shouldn't
if
it?
she needs to
I
have
mean,
been a
didn't it get
zombie
passed
bomb for
down?
it to have activated? Well, remember the code for these drones functions a lot like DNA,
Yeah,
meaning
you
that their
get passed
programming
down.
can be handed down between generations. It seems that Nori, the mother of Uzi, passed it down to her daughter in the same way that human parents pass down.
Wait a damn second. Nori had the kid and also died. Did Uzi get the guts treatment in terms of birth, where she died giving birth? Like as she was being ripped apart by murder drones, did she give birth? Because I imagine Uzi would be like, "Yeah, it was metal," but like, fucking hell, that'd be extremely brutal.
Hair color or some other disease or trait. And when passed down this way, absolute solver doesn't require death to activate. So Uzi teams up with the disassembly drones to solve the mystery of what's actually going on. Looking for clues around Copper 9 eventually leads the gang to a place called Cabin Fever Labs, an old J.C. Jensen facility. This place is filled with a lot of interesting details. For one, the show makes it canon that despite killing all humans on Earth, the doggos are in fact alive, safe, and immortal. See, sometimes a plot hole can be a great thing. Also at this place, we get ourselves a tiny hint about a new character. As Uzi's exploring the Cabin Fever Labs, she picks up some paperwork that talks about decommissioning a particular worker drone named S010011.
Also, can we just like appreciate how cool the fucking abilities of the like absolute solver gives you? Like, despite how fucking obvious they want to kill me, because I would be a human being. If I could have those powers, those would be cool as shit. Your telekinesis, molecular manipulation, ability to teleport, the ability to become intangible, invisibility. It just gives you reality warping. It's fucking cool. Also, black holes are a thing.
X01. We don't get an official name for the drone, but based on the way that this series turns serial numbers and names, the fans have dubbed this character S. You could argue that this is just a random sheet of paper, but I don't think so. This clue about an S drone happens in the same episode where we learn about the insane things that Uzi's mom used to say before she went full absolute solver.
She was always all, build doors against the coming sky demons. The singularity
Awakens.
awakens. Look at this cool S I can draw.
Sky Demons, Singularity, Cool S.
Oh
More
my
S
god,
things.
it
I
was
think
not
this
a
S
joke.
character will be making their appearance sometime in the 7th episode of the series, as a creepy robot built by Tessa to make some big reveal about Uzi's mom's death.
I don't give a damn. Da 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 da. This one may be something that will fucking see. Move out my way. Get the fuck away. Hope they understand. I will not give a damn. Da 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 da. Okay, cool.
You see, in this series, every drone has two numbers that ultimately identify them. One is their SN, or serial number, the string of letters and numbers unique to each character. The second number is the PN, presumably the product number. This string indicates what model of drone they are. Drones that are the same kind have the same PNs. We see that this is true with N and J, and presumably V, who all have themselves the same PN, SYN MYKX. Notice that CYN, or SYN, hidden right there. All the murder drones are part of the same SYN model group, and have been controlled by SYN at some point throughout the series. However, this S has itself a completely new PN that we haven't seen before, TSA MMAC. Now, the TSA there can't be a coincidence when we have ourselves a
Tessa.
human named Tessa running around
Yep.
who loves repairing robots and
That
trying to
is
stop
really
SYN's
fucking
quest of absolute domination. In addition, I believe we'll discover that S was a friend or colleague of Uzi's mother, Nori. How can I be sure? Well, in episode 3, we're shown Nori's security badge, which shows that she used to work at Cabin Fever Labs. The same is true for Eva, another carrier of the absolute solver corruption. And wouldn't you know it, but Cabin Fever Labs is the same place that Uzi found the document about S. Furthermore, take a closer look at that document. We see black, creepy drawings written all over it. These
That's
drawings
the
bear
same
striking
way
resemblance to
that
the
her
ones that were
mom
drawn by
drew.
Uzi's mother. So I think at this point it's far more likely that whoever this S character is will be an old ally of Nori and Eva.
Afro, why do you hate Tessa so much? Like, god damn. Bro, you have like some of the most vitriol I've ever known for anybody. You have pure hatred for so many people and so many characters. Like, we really went over my videos and the amount of times you just said, I hate this thing. I'm pretty sure if I had $1 for each one, I'd have over $100.
Eva will be willing to lend a hand to Uzi and company as they try to defeat the Absolute Solver corruption. Moving back into the main story though for a minute, after exploring around Cabin Fever Labs, Uzi starts to act strange, and we begin to see the full extent of her Absolute Solver powers. She transforms into some kind of monster and attacks all the other drones. After
Some
being
kind of
kicked out
monster. Has he not brought up the fact that they can meld with some flesh at all during this video? Which is so weird. I mean, she has use because she has intelligence and she has a completely different perspective. Also, she's sassy. Is that a reason to hate someone?
and Uzi returns to
And of
normal,
course, she causes
solidifying
trouble.
them as
She's
the
a very
cutest couple
egocentric
ever.
person.
Eventually, the team finds a key in the form of a robotic cricket that unlocks the innermost part of Cabin Fever Labs. They then run into Tessa Elliott, the girl who befriended Sin and the other drones back in the day. Tessa, now an adult, has made it her mission to stop Sin and any other Absolute Solver drones from taking over the universe. In the end of the most recent episode, we see Uzi, En, and Tessa finding their way to the elevator that leads down into the innermost lab, leaving them and us, the audience, curious about what they'll discover down there. And honestly, that's where the series stands at the end of episode 6. The creators of the show have said that the first season will consist of 8 episodes. We're really close to the end, and there's still a lot of mysteries that have yet to be solved. Is Uzi gonna fully transform into Sin? Is this mysterious S character gonna make an appearance?
I think Uzi versus Sin is going to be the thing. There has to be an absolute solver. So why doesn't Uzi take over the purpose of Absolute Solver Prime, I guess, if we want to call it that, right? Like, I imagine that if Sin dies, the Absolute Solver will still exist. So why doesn't Uzi battle the Absolute Solver within Sin, take over that, and then say, okay, now I have control over all murder drones. And then she gives away their freedom back to themselves. And boom, bada bam, happy ending. Just happens that she now is responsible for the ability to control a bunch of murderous individuals and has to grapple with the internal manipulation of her mind, saying, should I kill the humans?
Will
Anyways,
Tessa be forced to kill Uzi to save the world? Well, loyal theorists, it turns out you don't have to wait for the next 4 to 6 months for the final episodes to come out.
What?
I suspect that I already know everything that's going to happen there, beat for beat, in the final 2 episodes. In fact, I suspect that we've known where the show is headed since the very first scene of the very first episode. Right after the opening exposition of episode 1, the show reveals everything to us. Right when we're first introduced to Uzi, she's given a PowerPoint presentation to her class about the dangers of sitting around waiting for the murder drones to find a way past the doors.
Hide under the ice behind 3 stupid doors? It's like we're waiting for an inciting incident.
Yeah. Yeah. And this is the large thing here. Challengers and temptations. Angsty Overlord return call to action.
Talking, this diagram appears behind her. This image is almost a complete rip of the infamous hero's journey. If you're not familiar with that, the hero's journey is a storytelling template that many of the stories throughout history have followed. From ancient epics like Gilgamesh and the Odyssey to modern classics like Harry Potter and Star Wars, if you're writing yourself a fantastical story, then the hero's journey is breaking down the format of your narrative. Now, on my first viewing, I saw this reference as just that, a reference. Murder Drones loves meta humor and fourth wall breaks, so I just chalked this up to another inside joke. However,
You know what? I actually do believe that they are intelligent enough to have basically told us how the fucking series would have ended in the beginning. And knowing who I am and how I am, this. Hmm. This is. Yeah, I can see this. I could actually see it. Let's go, Matt
when I
Pat.
went back to the series again in preparation for this theory, I realized that everything that's happened in the first 6 episodes has lined up exactly with this little visual gag, beat for beat. We start off with the call to action that draws the hero into adventure. Uzi wants to leave the safety of the doors and deal with the murder drones directly. Then she gets saved by an unlikely aide, N. Right after this, Uzi teams up with helper, Dal, and a mentor who's been around the block, Tessa. Together, this crew fights back against a bunch of challenges, and Uzi becomes more and more tempted to use the Absolute Solver abilities, culminating with her being fully possessed by Sin and N having to cut off her hand in episode 6. And mind you, this diagram isn't just for any generic hero's journey. It is one that is specifically built for Uzi. Notice all the references to angst moments built into this wheel. And if there is one emotion that definitely connects back to Uzi, it is angst.
Angsty teen fad bite me, and I made you rebel like an angsty teen, which got you killed.
So if I'm right,
I'm now realizing something. What if angst? What if angsty is something where it's a fucking abbreviation for something else. Not even abbreviation. What is it? An anagram. I don't know what of, but it could be. NatPat is 90% of the time is always right. You just said a redundant statement. I'm sorry. 90% is always right. No, he is right 90% of the time. If you want to make that as a statement, but even then, I don't know if he is right 90% of the time. Also, MatPat doesn't work alone. He has a team of people to think about and bounce ideas off of. This is a thing where, like, sure, he's a spokesperson, and it definitely gets filtered through his personal ideas. But there has to be at least a little bit of going, hey, this isn't completely.
That then leaves us right here on the chart at the bottom, ready for another helper and a big revelation that's tied to 3 specific things: rebirth, abyss, and death. So
Also, he's forgotten one singular character that I haven't seen anywhere in this video. Where's the Russian girl? Where's our lovely Russian bot?
remind me again where these characters are. Exploring Cabin Fever Labs, a giant underground facility that keeps going down to the center point, an abyss, if you will. And who have we been talking about this entire time? S, a potential new helper associated with Uzi's dead mom, probably has more information than anyone about what happened to her. According to the hero's journey, at this point, Uzi, our hero, will be given some sort of a revelation. S is going to reveal some saucy details, something that, according to our template, will lead Uzi to a full angst overload. If what we've seen previously are just tiny overloads,
Tessa killed your mama.
what could
Easy.
this possibly look like? What could be so devastating for Uzi to hear that it'll send her into a presumed meltdown?
Or N
Well,
killed
I
her
suspect
mom.
that S is going to reveal that N was the murdered drone
Ha!
who killed Uzi's mom.
Got it.
Yeah, I'm just as shocked as you are, but N is the most likely killer. At this point in the series, we don't actually know what happened to Nori. All we know was that she was bitten by some murder drone and that Nori's father ultimately had to put her down. On Copper 9, there's only 3 murder drones that we know of: V, J, and of course, N. Nothing would make for a more catastrophic revelation than finding out your new boyfriend is the one that killed your mom. This devastating news will be too much for Uzi to handle, and she'll fully succumb to her absolute solver powers, going full angst overload. Then, after being saved once again by N and the crew, Uzi will atone for her sins and make her mission for Season 2 clear. Defeat Sin, stop the absolute solver, and end the cycle of violence that prevents humans and drones from living the peaceful lives they want. So there you have it, my friends. Murder drones. The plot so far, as well as a solid hypothesis or two on where it might be headed in the final episodes of the season. How am I so sure about this? I guess you could say it's a mixture of Easter eggs, narrative logic, and a whole lot of watching other forms of media. You know,
Yeah.
stuff like movies, TV shows, and of course, anime.
Oh, and they said pirating all that anime was useless.
But hey, that's just a
Hey,
theory.
just-
A film theory. And cuts.
Oh. Anyways, everybody, please get down in the description of this video. We're gonna like this right here. I will have the link and shit in the description. Please get down there, have fucking fun, and yeah, I think that would be a neat little thing for you to do. Bye bye, everybody. Oh yeah, yeah, you can like and subscribe to me. I forgot to say that, but you know what the fuck I mean.